I know that my stepfather said that I looked like Jerry Lewis in, what was it, Nutty Professor, and I haven't seen that or the one that Eddie Murphy did later on. And no, I don't think that being compared to a movie character was flattering. It sure wasn't when a classmate from high school who I thought was my friend was always belittling and gaslighting me, comparing me to different people, including Rain Man and Forrest Gump. Yeah. I finally wised up and said enough, but I'll have to look that one up. I'm also thinking that it might be a Simpsons thing because it almost sounds like that one French character saying, yes! Good. Ski knows that one. All right, now for the regularly scheduled jokes. Always things happening in my life, including doing the Unified audition for Fringe Festival. I felt better about this one because, well, I actually got laughs this time. It's like, all right, audition. I have to reframe it and think, all right, it's not a job interview because you're actually being tested on what they want you to do. So that's more fun, it's more relevant. And it was nice to get laughs this time, but I've lived life long enough to know that it's best to go with your strength if you want to succeed at anything. So hopefully I'll get a call, but either way, I just thought of it as stage time. So it's like, yay, normally all I do on Saturday in the evening is karaoke. So, and then it was nice to see a repurposed Westinghouse building in northeast Minneapolis. As a history major, I like seeing all these repurposed buildings, like some of the former breweries in the area, Ham Schmidt, Grainville. I've seen all of them or done events there in some form or another. Historical preservation, yeah. History major, I guess I would care about that a little more. All right, yes, karaoke, I touched on that and we'll get to that. It was kind of weird the way I got sandwiched doing karaoke Saturday night. There's one dude at the bar that is known for not having a prompter when he's singing. He's that good. So he went just before me and he sang Old Man River. And then the one after me, his stage name was Sex Machine, and he did a song called Copperhead Road by Steve Earle.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's kind of hard to forget. But the thing I've been told by karaoke jockeys is that when people have common names like David or Sarah, is that they want to make a distinction, so then they have to choose a stage name even for karaoke. Well, the rare name like mine, I don't have that problem on being confused with somebody else usually. But I still like all the songs that I end up hearing about because somebody does them with on a karaoke night. Even if they have been around for a while, that doesn't mean I would have heard them before. Like at another venue, I heard somebody sing, what was it, Survivor by Destiny's Child, and I had no idea it was a big hit back in 2001. Well, I just didn't know it at the time, but if it's good, I don't care how old it is. I'm willing to hear it later on if somebody still wants to play it. And of course, I've thought of myself as a survivor for a while. I've been through a lot of shit in life, but somehow I'm still here, and that's the sentiment of that song and some others out there too. So there's karaoke, and now the two E things. Easter weekend just happened, and there were two weird things that happened in relation to it. There was a kind of a hyper kid that showed up with his family after me right before the service started, and it was unnerving. So pretty early on at the end of one hymn in the service, I just decided to change my seat and go to another pew. And I heard him say, "Where did he go?" And then thankfully the family didn't find me later on and ask me why I moved, because I know at least once before that they kept saying, "Shh." And it's like, all right, they've got other kids there. They seem to know well enough, all right, it's a church service, sit down and shut up. And that's how I was taught when I was young. If you have a movie theater or church service, you don't have the right to ruin it for other people. So, yeah, thankfully nobody confronted me about that, because, I mean, I wouldn't want to have to justify that, because they noticed, and I'm sure other people did too. I don't ask for much. I know kids are going to be kids. But it's like, please be quiet right now and then be a kid after it's over, like in the cookie room. be boisterous, lively, whatever, at the right time. And then after that, it was in downtown St. Paul. I just walked around for a while, enjoying the nice weather. And I was walking through a park, Mears Park, and then somebody said, "Hello, young fellow." And I said, "That's flattering to me because I'm over 40. And he said, "Well, happy Easter." And it's like, I said flattering, so I figured he would have known that I was fine with hearing that. I just wasn't expecting it. So yes, the other E thing. eBay. I like finding postcards there. And on a lark, I decided to bid on one in an auction that was 61 postcards, and I got it for the minimum bid. Real cheap, like a dime a postcard. It said 61 cards. When it arrived today, there was only 59, and 5 were duplicates. But that's still a very good deal. I made some nice finds. And one of them was a copy of that painting called Blue Boy that I remember seeing when I was helping my family clean out my grandma's house when I was 11. So, yeah, I guess there's some historical significance for why you would see it a lot as copies of a painting, just like a Norman Rockwell. I'll have to look that one up for those who are familiar with that Blue Boy painting. So there's the other E one. And then I notice I write things down to remember them, although sometimes it should be things that I forget, but with my memory that's hard to do. And I had to stare at my handwriting for a while, and it's like, why did I write down EMS after you? And it's like, oh, that's my estranged mom who was always teasing me, saying that whenever you heard an emergency vehicle siren that they were coming after me. It's like, Mom, that's not funny. Somebody's probably dying. I never thought it was funny, and when I confronted her, I never said that, but there were a lot of other things that I confronted her about at the same time. And then when I was a kid, she wanted me to shove, and she said that she wanted to use furnace tape on me. I think she meant duct tape. Nobody calls it furnace tape except for her. And it's like, yeah, if she knew I was a comic, she should know that it's kind of hard to shut me up, so threatening me that way doesn't work. And that kind of explains why I'm a performer, too. Coping mechanism. So I guess that'll do it for me. Thank you, been great. Woo!